Live. Hello. Oh, yeah, there we go. It says live in the corner. I remember how technology works. Amazing. Hello and welcome, everybody. I have a whole bunch of Mythoverse guests here. And I just realized I'm hearing like some feedback or something. Is anybody else hearing that?
That might be me. Hang on a minute.
Okay, I should have noticed that before.
That any better?
That is so much better.
All
Yes. Fantastic. Or as the Germans would say, wunderbar. And we are here to talk about your new campaign. And if, Brett or somebody wants to share, we can totally do a screen share here. I'm sure there's a button that'll let me do that.
Give me a sec.
Yeah, no pressure. No pressure. I'm just throwing you into the deep end of the pool. It's you and the wolves, one way or the other. Don't ask why the wolves are in the water. I don't know, but they are.
They doggy paddling.
They doggy paddle, yeah. Sea
wolves,
right?
I mean, if you're talking about orcas, you're not that far off.
Oh man, orcas are vicious creatures.
They are gentle around people.
Yeah, and look what they do to everybody else.
On the other hand.
Yes, if you're a seal, that's a different story. But around people, they are very gentle.
Like, you're not food.
Except when you are. Suddenly, you're back on the menu again. Because I'm about to go off on a weird tangent. We're not going on the weird tangent. So while we're waiting on, did the screen get shared? I can't tell. Nope, apparently not. All right, cool. We'll go back to this view.
Oh, I thought it did.
It didn't pick up, or maybe I have to click another button or something. Do I have to let you screen share?
Well, I could try. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, we're theoretically supposed to be screen sharing right now. Otherwise, I could, you know what? While we're figuring this out, I will just screen share. How about that? Like a professional.
Go ahead.
That might be an idea.
Yeah, boom. I'm blowing my own mind here.
Have you poured any chicken's blood on your modem yet?
Not yet.
That might help. Oh, you know what? Never mind. You don't need it.
All right, great. So go ahead and tell me about yourselves first. I guess we'll just start. Let's see. I'm at the top. Hi, I'm Elizabar. This is my YouTube channel. Isn't that amazing? I talk about comic books a lot, play video games, and every once in a while somebody somehow tricks me into talking about astrophysics on stream because that's what I used to do back in the day. Let's just go down from here. So right there, cool fox ear looking dude. What's up? Actually, it's bulbous, isn't it? Like those kind of ears.
This is what I look like in real life. No.
Wow.
I'm Nebel. I am a writer and artist for the Mythoverse. So far, my credits have been on other seasonal titles, like on the first and second Hallowed Harvest books. My work so far have been Maze of Dolls and Jungle of Ghosts, and my work has been described by our revered founder Dan as, quote, ambush art, unquote.
Okay, before we move on, I have to ask, what does ambush art mean?
Basically what he was talking about is that my art tends to look kind of cute and friendly and approachable, and then horrible things happen.
Okay. That's a good term for that. I understand completely now that I thought about it for more than a second and you explained it. All right, cool. Next up on the list.
Hello, I'm Dylan. I am a professional goon slap artist. No, I'm just kidding. I've been a writer and artist at the Mythoverse for 5 years now. I started off doing like the Patreon shorts, right?
I've got at least one book with your name on it somewhere around here. Yeah.
Yeah. My credits. I've done a lot of color work, color and inking for Ben Dunn of Antarctic Press. I've done quite a few Antarctic Press covers. At least the coloring and inking, I haven't had like a full-on cover that's just mine yet. I've done a couple comics here and there for AP. One I wrote for Ninja High School 200. And yeah, it's just I've been doing comics for a few years now. I've done a lot of the Mythoverse stuff. Yeah.
Okay, I'll rescue
Yeah,
you there. You were kind of just kind of hanging on the uhs. Very cool.
Yeah, I get nervous.
I've definitely seen a bunch of your work. I haven't seen the Ninja High School issue you worked on. My local shops here don't really carry Antarctic Press, so if I forget to tell them I want something, I never see it. The only thing I ever remember is like, send me all the Punchline books.
Okay, I've done various covers. Like I think I've done like 193, 195, 196, 198, and 200, and a bunch of others.
Nice. Very cool. Let's keep rolling here. Mr. Forrester, who is no longer showing his beautiful face to us. Now we have an icon. Tell us a little about yourself.
Are you there?
Forrester does not speak without his attorney present.
I guess not. Wow.
Sorry, is it working now?
It's working now.
Sorry, laptop mic button. Wow, and my first intro sounded so good, and now I just threw it away. Okay,
You had to be there.
Artist, writer, colorist, and associate editor at the Mythoverse. I wear a lot of hats, and none of them involve the biology degree I wasted time and money on. This was actually my sort of idea because of, well, we had so much success with the Halloween one, but I didn't want to do a Hallowed Harvest 3, although we will eventually. But it seemed natural just to move on to Christmas as the next season. And my original idea was something less horror-driven than the Halloween, but somehow the contrast of Christmas and existential dread just lends to even better dark storytelling than Halloween. So in some ways, this one is worse. I partially blame Nebel for that. Thank you, Nebel.
No problem.
But I guess that's about it. Not much else to say.
Okay. Cool. And Brett, we have certainly done this dance before, but please introduce yourself. You're on mute, by the way. I don't know if you
Brett
noticed.
does not speak without his cat attorney present.
What is it with everybody and lawyers? You know what? I'm going to call my lawyer up. I think I got one somewhere.
If anyone here needs a lawyer, it's probably Neville. He probably needs a lawyer the most.
Hold on. We have 2 Bretts now, and then one of them left. All right. Is this the real Brett?
Well, the real Slim Shady, please stand up.
God, beat me to it.
I am a Brett, I guess.
Oh, you're the second Brett we've had tonight. Please introduce yourself to the audience.
Okay, so I'm Brett McGowan. I am the writer-creator of Changeling and Urban Fairy Tale over at the Mythoverse. My role in this is purely publisher, in marketing.
Not true. I stole so much story shit from him. It's unbelievable. He's like an idea farm. He's like a garden, and I'm the rabbit that takes his carrots.
Wow. Well, hopefully his cat lawyer doesn't like take you to court or anything, because if you're the rabbit, you're just going to get eaten by the cat. So that would be bad.
Oh, and I hear him. He coming.
Yep.
All Lord, he comes.
I mean, did anyone see Watership Down?
Oh God.
Yeah.
I have never actually seen Watership Down, so no, I haven't.
Let's just say you think you're in for cute rabbits. There's not.
No.
I was getting to that, Leo.
That's the epitome of ambush art right there. That's like the granddaddy.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Its reputation definitely precedes it for me.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, it's like you think it's just, oh, this is gonna be a nice little animated movie about rabbits.
Wrong. Leo, you're giving it all away.
Yeah, those are some serious spoilers over there.
I know.
So
He's cat. He's a menace.
definitely a menace. So about the campaign, like when I first saw this getting shared on Twitter last week, I guess it was probably last week. I didn't even realize this was like a Mythoverse thing. I was like, oh, that's some kind of weird looking Christmas comic. And then I just kept scrolling by. So it didn't really catch my eye as something you all were working on until Brett pinged me in a Twitter DM. And then I was like, oh, wow, I didn't even know. So tell me about the book. Like you can clearly see from like the promo still up here, you know, there's definitely a bloody knife here. So it's kind of horror themed. So it's a Christmas horror book. You know, I got to ask the question, you know, they do make Christmas horror movies once in a while. They typically have evil Santa in them. Is evil Santa in this?
No, it's nothing like that.
No.
More like dark fairy tale, urban fantasy, with winter and Christmas kind of as a theme. But it's more like Batman Returns or Die Hard. I hate to use that cliche, where it takes place around the Christmas season, but it's not about Christmas.
Okay. I like both of those movies. So you've created a positive association in my mind, which is good because, like the other movies I mentioned, like all the horror Christmas films, like I don't really like any of those. So, you know, you're moving in the right direction for me.
The problem,
you don't
the problem here is that it evolved in the telling. What we started with back in the summer of a because you know about Halloween Harvest, our Halloween anthology.
Yes.
Okay. That we were going to basically do the same thing again and unrelated stories. It's just that when you have a shared universe, you start noticing ways that one story can tie into the other. And we'd already done that in Halloween Harvest a little bit because Nebel's characters in Jungle of Ghosts referenced my story, Port of Call. And Dylan and I were just like on the cell phone talking about it. And it evolved into basically a crossover event almost, where I'll tell you what my inspiration was. There was this, nobody's going to remember this, Disney Adventures magazine in the mid 1990s. In 1994, there was this 5-part where they had each of the Disney afternoon shows every month. A comic would tell the story, the legend of the Chaos God. And it started in Tailspin and then continued over the next 50 years up to DuckTales and Darkwing Duck. And it was this artifact where this ancient lizard god had been like sealed away. And if the two pieces of the artifact, the jewel, is put back in the metal casing, it'll bring him back to this world. And he gets woken up, and then Darkwing Duck defeats him by accident. And it was insanely ambitious for a 5-part magazine comic. And that stuck in my head for 30 years. So I was like, wait a minute, this Mythoverse thing can almost be like that, where it's each individual story, but they all tie together. And then Nebels was the only one that didn't. And we ended up giving his character a big role in the final fight. So what was it? Originally Christmas anthology. What is it now? It's chronicling the rise of a villain from about 900 AD to the present day, with interacting through the various characters and stories of the Mythoverse, and ending with a battle where they basically team up, and bringing back the original artist from Adobe Kroger and Ibai Canales, who I'm a big fan of his art style. He's very popular on Twitter. He's who drew the monster with the bloody knife there. I guess it's a small campaign right now because we're not sure how to describe it. We've kind of gone off the beaten path, but at the same time, it's the weird, ambitious moves that are also where you establish brand identity.
Yeah. And you know, I do like Ibai Canales' work. It was real fun way back on the first Iron Sights book. You actually got to watch him learn how to draw over the course of it, which was kind of fun.
Yep.
Yeah, he's become like a master at what he does.
Yeah. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, it's just like the jump between his art then and his art now. It's incredible.
I agree. Although I usually only like see him these days when he posts something in Spanish on YouTube, and I don't speak Spanish, so I have no idea what he's talking about. But I'm still subbed to his channel anyway, for whatever reason.
He does like political cartoons and stuff. Likes to take shots at Alan Moore.
Well, Alan Moore
That's pretty
definitely
funny.
needs shots being taken at him. Metaphorical, not literal. Don't want to get in trouble with YouTube here. So,
yeah, no.
kind of going back to the comment about the 5-part miniseries and all that, and kind of how that's stuck in your head. So, I guess there's a story that takes place in each of the time periods here in the kind of like half ghosted text over the bottom of the picture. 900
Correct.
AD, 1784, 67, 2011. Okay.
There's an artifact called the Eye of the First Witness. Way back in like Book of Genesis time, a man met God and he was told to cover his face, and he peeked through his fingers, and his eye was turned into a black opal artifact that, because it was an act of disobedience, became a portal for like demonic breakthrough. And this artifact has been fought over for centuries because it gives immense power to whoever holds it. But kind of like the One Ring, it's destructive if you keep it. And it's already ancient in Charlemagne's time, which is the first short story in this. And the artifact is not in every story, but kind of the echoes of it are, and they all set something else up different. But that's what the numbers at the bottom mean. Those are the setting of each story.
Cool. So what do you all want me to show off on this page? Like, I could just scroll down the whole thing, but if there's like something particular you want me to look at and show everybody, I'll be happy to jump right to it.
I think you can start from like the, just the top and go down.
All right.
I don't want to say reboot because like what we were doing was successful, but this is kind of a reorientation for the Mythoverse, because you're going to get a lot of our different books and stories and upcoming series is explained as we go. There's a lot of backdoor pilots in this too.
Okay. I will say, when I opened this up the other day after Brett DM'd me on Twitter, I got to this page and I was like, wow, this is a really cool page right here. Like, I don't know what's going on. I don't know who this dude is, but it was very cool. It actually, and this isn't really a comment about the art style, but it's just kind of like the dude's got the like old like helmet and stuff on. It just, my brain just went to like Prince Valiant as soon as I saw this, which is totally not fair.
Oh my god, that was the inspiration.
Okay. Yeah, that's the first thing that popped into my head. Is I just went, oh man, that kind of makes me think of like some random like Sunday issue of Prince Valiant.
Forrester, you did it.
Yep, that's what Brett said too.
So I'm gonna just assume this is great minds think alike and not something weirder.
He's
And,
probing into your mind.
Yeah, look, you don't want to be in my brain. All right, it gets scary in this place.
There are worse places to be probed. So
You know that from experience.
Just don't ask Eliza Bar about set theory.
Oh, do we want to just start talking math now? We can forego the rest of your thing here. We can just start talking about mathematics.
no, please, I barely survived calculus.
It's okay. This is easier and worse than calculus in every way.
That's what I find, hey, Elazmar, that's what I find funny about science in real life is like you can be like graduate or postgraduate, but real life science is so subdivided that someone can get to like very advanced biology and still utterly detest math. Whereas like in Hollywood, the sciencey person, I remember Doctor Who asking a woman, "Are you sciencey?" And TV science, they just know everything. It's like, no, I'm a biologist. I don't know shit about math. I hate that.
We're going to take a random side topic to the best depiction of scientists I have ever seen in a movie. I'm sure everybody here has seen Prometheus at least once, right?
Yes.
Yes.
All right. So you know that scene where they go into like the chamber full of the horrifying eggs, and the biologist like picks up the horrifying snake thing
Yes.
barehanded? That is how scientists are. Like, I know enough biologists from when I was an undergrad to know that's exactly what they would have done. They'd be like, "Ooh, look at the snake monster," and then they would just pick up the snake monster, and then they would be surprised when it broke their arm 5 seconds later. Like that would just come as a complete shock to them. Kind of like
Like,
me.
all right,
physicist.
snake bite.
Yeah, snake bite, whatever. Oh, like me as a physicist, I'm like, ooh, look at that strange glowing material that I can hardly stand to look at. Let me go put some gloves on and pick that thing up. Then the next thing I know, I'm back at the hospital, and they're like, you're going to die of cancer in 30 seconds.
Oh,
Aw.
man.
Or what happens if I take this screwdriver away from this beryllium hemisphere?
No.
Demon core, my beloved. I can't believe they did the experiment twice with the same results both times, and they didn't think that was like going to happen. Yeah, nuclear physicists are crazy.
Oh, yes.
Fortunately, they didn't let me near labs very often because I was a computational guy. So I did everything on a computer, which is much safer, by the way. You don't tend to irradiate yourself that way. Although the computer in the office next door to me did catch fire one time, which was kind of fun.
Okay, you're not actually half wrong about the. I literally almost died a few years back from meat allergy that I got in the woods of Maryland doing a research project on Japanese stilt grass, which, despite the name, is actually Chinese. It was a grass that was brought to America packing vases, and it was just like when it was thrown out, it grew and it spread. And so I was collecting samples and walking around in it. And I should have had off deep woods and tucked the pants into the side. I didn't think about all of that. And I got the alpha-gal syndrome, the alpha-galactose, the allergy, where you eat any kind of like red meat and it can send you into a heavy anaphylactic shock. Because I took utterly no precautions. Because I'm like, I grew up in Maryland. I know all about Maryland woods. What am I worried about? Well, it turns out the woods where you're going deep where the deers are quite different from the woods just behind your house.
Yeah.
So it's like,
ticked.
Yeah. Well, I'm not sure if it was the ticks or the chiggers, because the chiggers are what bit me. But officially, they don't give you the alpha-gal syndrome. That's not possible. So I must have gotten a tick somewhere along the way, but I've still got a little pin in my head. I'm positive I got it from the chiggers, and I'm going to be vindicated in that theory. But officially, that's nonsense.
Well, have you considered going out and collecting some samples, getting yourself into the same situation, and then bring them back to a laboratory for testing?
Just find a couple jiggers and shovel them in a jar.
There needs to be a better name for them, by the way.
I'm gonna be real. I have no idea what a jigger is.
No, chigger. CHIGGER. They're little red bugs.
Yeah, they're little mites. They will bite into your skin, and sometimes they'll burrow in, kind of like how a tick does. And usually, you don't get much more than a rash out of a bite from them. So
yeah, that's the thing. It's probably not possible. I'm just postulating because I never found the tick. That's the other thing. I got the syndrome, but I never found the tick. So it's just like a mystery. I don't know how I got the alpha-gal syndrome. I tested positive for the antibodies, but yeah, that was out there playing around in Japanese stilt grass. Exactly what you were saying about your hypothetical biologist. So you nailed me.
Yeah. Okay. I got to ask another question here because you've went into something I've heard about, and we're so far off the comic book, but that's okay. People don't, whatever. They can deal with it. Does that go away after a while, or is that condition permanent once you get it?
It can go away in 6 to 8 months, or it can linger.
Wow.
Yeah, it just depends on the individual person. I know a girl who got it whose father made her eat venison until it went away, and I can't believe that. He could have killed her.
Wow.
He was like 10 years old, and he was just like, his theory was if your ancestors hadn't been able to eat venison, you wouldn't exist, so keep eating.
Okay.
Redneck father.
Well, the ancestors weren't the issue here.
Well, it's weird how all these things in science connect. The reason we were doing this research on Japanese stilt grass was to prevent car accidents, which sounds ridiculous. But the reason for that is the deer don't like that grass because it's bitter. And when the deer are running out of sweet grass in the woods, they start eating the grass by the roadside or in median strips, and then that leads to car accidents.
Oh,
So you're hoping to put the stilt grass in places that you don't want the deer to be, so they don't go there.
No, we're just trying to get rid of the stilt grass, weed whack it in the woods and kill it and get rid of it and try and get the natural fauna that the deers do favor back.
Okay. I was getting too psyopy with the grass.
oh, there's a story idea for you, Neville.
Well, the reason that wouldn't work, Neville, is because it's an invasive species, and if you did try to plant it somewhere else, it would be like when they brought kudzu to America.
Fair enough.
We're trying to get it out because, well, we've done it to other countries too. There was the black locust tree in America that's a weed tree. It's also prevalent in Maryland, and John Smith's men made axe handles out of it, took it back to England, and they didn't know that this wood, that if they discarded the axe handle, would grow in England, and it was a huge invasive species plague.
today I learned.
So yeah, we've accidentally been doing that all over the world, and this Japanese stilt grass, which is actually Chinese, it's called Japanese because the vases were Japanese, and it's like 200 years in this country, and it's just a plague. But let's get back to the comic.
Yeah, great diversion. I learned comic, cool, like first page of the story, I guess, and then we get like fishmen.
I'm going to turn this one over to Brett because they're from his comic.
Hi, Brett. Tell me about the fishmen. Are
That's
you
a
popping off with them?
That is a Fomorian. You probably remember it from the first issue of Changeling.
It has been so long since I've read Changeling that I don't remember any details except for, Maeve's mom has got it going on. That's just because that's a meme.
Do you remember Maeve getting attacked by a monster?
Yes.
That's what it was. That was a Fomorian. They're the easiest way to put it is they're like some kind of race of demons from the sea in Celtic mythology.
Yes.
Why this one looks like a fish lizard man? Well, that's because there wasn't really much in the way of descriptions when I actually looked at the official lore. Which meant it just there's like, in fact, then their appearances are incredibly varied according to the original mythology. So I just thought to myself, why don't we just kind of lean into they come from the sea bit and just like do something out of. I think the original plan was to do something that was almost Lovecraftian, but Rubbish ended up designing them with something that had a lot of like marine life and life. So now they look more cool than scary, but I'm pretty sure there's plenty of other designs that can get pretty horrific. But yeah, as far as what their role in Changeling is, and they're like purely an antagonistic force. Yeah, don't know what. Yeah, they're.
Well, that makes sense because the little bit of Celtic stories that I know that involved them, they were pretty much purely an antagonistic force. They were busy oppressing all of Ireland, raiding it constantly, making the Tuatha De Danann, rue the day that they were born. All that kind of good fun stuff. Led by, what was their king's name? Baelor of the Evil Eye, right?
Yep. The war chief who's like opens his eye and he just burns everything he gazes upon.
My kind of guy.
He's
pretty evil eye.
He is. No, I'm not kidding when I say he's a giant. Like his eye required some kind of complicated pulley system just to open it, and his eye lit up.
I didn't know that part. That's really cool.
Yeah, it's also a boss in Kingdoms of Amalur.
Yep, played that one.
Yeah.
This story was actually inspired by a dumb pun, because I have like the world's most unfunny sense of humor, and I do really well in conversations, but like in text, I say stupid stuff and dumb things. And there was a conversation on Discord about the Alien and Predator franchises, and they were talking about what would happen if Colonial Marines fought the Predator. And I was like, well, with 1 shot per minute and those funny stockings, they'd probably all die. Nobody got it. And I'm like, nobody gets it? Colonial America? I posted a picture of what Colonial American Marines look like. And again, it's just like crickets. Conversation goes on about something else. But I'm like, no, damn it. That's a good story idea.
That is.
So my joke made no one laugh. But the story, they'll enjoy the story instead.
All right, I'm going to take a quick side conversation and just make Brett aware of something that Brett may not be aware of. Are you ready for this, Brett?
What?
So there is an old strategy game. This is where I have learned almost all of my Celtic lore.
I think I know where this is going.
Baylor of the Evil Eye.
I think he's mentioned this before, and I know it.
I can easily believe I have in fact mentioned this before. Yeah, I bought this like on sale at Babbage's or something many years ago. I think I still have the CD wherever all my CDs are. Anyway, we're now done with this side topic. We're going back to the comic book.
No chance that's on Steam, is it?
I don't think so. It was a DOS game, so I don't think if they did put it on Steam, it would have to be virtualized, DOS box or whatever. But that was back when Koei was all like, what if we made strategy games that weren't just Romance of the Three Kingdoms? A brave and amazing time.
They still make those, by the way.
I know. I have at least one of them wishlisted on Steam because I was like, oh man, it'd be really cool if they put this the Romance of the Three Kingdoms 10 remaster on sale.
God,
they never do.
They never do.
I have like a folder that's just all like Koei Tecmo games because they're just so much, and I have like half of them.
Yeah, I got a lot of them that are on like the Super Nintendo through like PlayStation 2 era. I actually own like physical copies of a lot of their stuff.
Oh wow.
Cool. All right, so we got the Fishman, the Colonial Marine. And we got another story here. This one's called Crosstalk.
Yep.
Who wants to talk about this one?
I'm kind of the historical fiction guy, so all of the early stories were heavily involving me. But this is a backdoor. Well, it's not a backdoor pilot. It's just an episode of a series of mine for the Mythoverse called The Night Ward, about a psychiatrist in the 1960s who investigates paranormal phenomenon. And it's kind of inspired by old shows like Kolchak, The Invaders, a short-lived show called The Sixth Sense that was re-aired as part of Rod Serling's Night Gallery, which is where I ripped the title from. Not sure if you know any of that really old pop culture, but...
Well, I know a lot of those shows, but
nice.
Not the last one you mentioned.
Oh, yeah, that one was really obscure.
Is him being a psychiatrist Frasier?
A little bit, I'm not going to lie. Not because there's no Frasier references, but the perpetual Frasier reruns in my house kind of made me want to do psychiatry in the story. So, in this story, the artifact that the monk is holding here has a piece of the artifact from the first story in it. And when he touches it, he thinks he's a 9th century paladin protecting an artifact from enemies when he's actually running through the Smithsonian knocking over guards.
Oh.
This is the Great Hall of the Smithsonian Castle, because I was born in Washington, D.C., and I like to use those locations wherever I can shove them in.
I've never been inside the Smithsonian, so I have no idea what it looks like inside.
Yeah, that's what this is. At the time the story takes place in 1967, there's giant NASA rockets out front, which is a great image for a comic book of like the rockets next to the Victorian neo-Gothic architecture.
Yeah.
Hey, Eliza Bar, I think somebody might be asking Forrester something in the chat.
Man, we don't humor XLG around here, but you can answer him if you want to.
What's he
He's
asking?
being he's trying to be disruptive. Here, let me throw it up on the big screen here. This is what he does to me when I'm streaming on Twitch all the time.
Am I echoing? Shit.
Somebody's echoing, yeah.
Let me mute that.
I don't actually know anything about Breaking Bad. I know very little. I've seen very little of it, partially because I was starting chemistry at the same time that show came out, and it was such a cliche that everyone talked about that it almost became verboten to discuss.
Oh.
The teacher even had to say that like on day one. No, this course will not teach you how to cook meth.
Forrester, we need to cook. No.
So, XO, do you think the answer to your question is no? But on the topic of Breaking Bad, I didn't watch it until it was basically, I think I started watching it after it was already done, and they were getting ready to do Better Call Saul, which is a show I like way more than Breaking Bad. But Breaking Bad was really solid television. Like, there's nothing wrong with it.
I want to see it, especially after seeing the Weird Al music video for his song Albuquerque with Breaking Bad clips, and it looks absolutely bat-spit insane.
That show has some real crazy stuff that happens over the course of it. Unfortunately, it's got the one thing I really don't like too, which is I don't know how to describe it other than it's written to be exciting television. And by that, I mean, people will just do stupid stuff sometimes to make things happen. Like that's kind of how it feels. And it's really not the main characters that do that. It's like the side characters, the other people in their life. And it's just like, really, suddenly I'm going to pull an example out of like a soap opera. Let's see, Young and the Restless. One time, Jill Abbott was just like, now I'm a kleptomaniac for no reason.
Wow.
I think
stuff like that. This Breaking Bad once in a while has something like twice a season, something stupid like that happen in it to help make things happen, to drive the characters forward in the rest of the story. But it's just like, that annoys me because it's like, that didn't come out of anywhere. Like, that character was never shown to be a klepto before suddenly they were a klepto.
Wow.
I think Billy and Mandy referred to that as writer's convenience.
That's a good way to put it, yeah. Oh my goodness. So we got a madman with a cross running around whacking people. I like it.
Yeah, he's a Dominican friar from the House of Studies Seminary in D.C. And the Christmas tie-in there, besides that it's like at Christmas time, is the friars are famous for walking around caroling. And so it's this ancient artifact from like 9th century Francia that's at the Smithsonian. And so the friars have come to prostrate before it because it's a processional cross. And they're going to use it in like a Christmas mass. And I'm not sure if they've ever done that with a 9th century artifact, but I feel like the Smithsonian would allow that. It seems like something that would happen. I don't know if it really would. And that's when he touches it. The main character, Anniker Holt, is having a crisis because he has been guest lecturing at Georgetown, and his colleague who invited him to guest lecture has been using his academic journals and has made the students think that he's as one student describes him, ace debunker of supernatural bull. And they think that he's like the Richard Dawkins of supernatural phenomenon, when in actuality, he's the exact opposite. He's more like Fox Mulder. And his personal crisis is like, has my whole life and work been wasted that these kids think I'm the exact opposite? Because what he's trying to do is write articles about supernatural phenomenon in major journals that contain like hints and innuendos to try and, like convince people gradually that this stuff is real.
Yeah.
Instead, they think that he's like, this just legendary skeptic, and they're treating him like the very first, YouTube skeptic.
He's a redditor.
That's what the kids
Oh,
think he is.
No.
No, not Reddit. No.
So yeah, the reason for the title is crosstalk. It's a pun on the the old telephone errors,
Yes.
and there's a literal cross. So I'm the artist, by the way. This and the Test of Fate, the Night, that was my art, and then Canali's was with the Fomorian.
Okay. Very cool. Also, I don't know that there are that many people that are buying comic books that even remember like what the concept of crosstalk was in this context. But
I don't know either, but I'm trying to make this look like something from back then. That's
I
even
did
that's why
notice
I
that,
hand
like,
lettered it.
the coloring kind of looks like it was printed on newsprint. I kind of like it.
Yep.
Uh,
And I did the lettering by hand instead of typing it. It's like the most subtle detail, but I wanted it to be exactly like it had been printed in about 1970.
Oh yeah, you know what? Looking at it, I'm looking at the kerning between the letters. I definitely see that this is not perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Very cool. So, what is the next book or next story we got here? Two Christmases. Hubba hubba.
that's Arthur and I.
Me drawing, Dylan writing.
Okay, so this is technically like a redux. Okay. Is that me echoing or?
No, it's Nebel. I saw a green dot for the echo.
Hang on. Oh shit.
Okay.
So this was early on. This was actually we were actually just gonna do like a sort of a redux of one of our older stories called Two Christmases. It focuses on Maeve Mackenzie from Changeling. And it also focuses on the human she replaced, who was named Ide in this world. And essentially, it's a dual narrative. I got the idea of it being a dual narrative from Batman Year One. Like this, similar story, like their journeys told, in parallel ways. Jim Gordon comes in from the train, Bruce Wayne comes in from the plane. Like they mirror each other, but they both come to like Maeve and Ide both sort of come to different conclusions. Due to like they both have a different nature, but they have like they have an upbringing that sort of contradicts like their nature. Like Maeve, she's a fae. She's a changeling, and that doesn't really preclude her to being. You can kind of see how maladjusted she is. In Changeling, so we get a glimpse of that, and someone who's human like Ide, humans typically, definitely not always, are meant to be more stable and grounded, than like a Changeling would, right? But Ide grows up in like this environment where she's tormented, enslaved, and you really get to see sort of these different dynamics put in these radically different scenarios, or in these different situations, settings, I loved it the first time around, and we both figured it could use a little bit of a touch up and cleaning up the art and writing a little bit. Well, technically the art's being redrawn, but the writing is still intact. There's a little more we added this time around, and I think people are really going to enjoy it.
Cool stuff.
Yeah.
There's definitely in the image here, there's definitely like a very strong contrast in the art between the two sides, because if you look at one of these, there's a whole lot more heavy black ink on it than the other,
Oh
which
yeah.
definitely makes it a lot scarier looking over there. You know what I mean?
The monster
Yeah.
at the bottom is my real life dog. I just changed her ears, but the face and
Oh!
expression.
Oh, I definitely see it. Yeah. What a critter.
Brett, did you have anything more to say about E-Day or anything?
No, just the her debut in the main comic is still a little down the pipe, so don't want to give away too much.
We are gradually getting towards like origin for Maeve and all, though. That's what's cool about this peak.
Cool
This
stuff.
Why did I say peak? I didn't mean to say that. It's peak to me. I don't know if it's peak yet. The audience will just
Well,
I meant to say
it's like
peak.
a peek into the backstory.
See, Freudian slip. I'm looking at this art and I'm thinking that is peak.
Yeah.
I'm being vain here.
You know,
Blazing
that's okay.
Sorry.
That's okay. You're an artist. Artists tend to either be like super ultra like humble guys who are like, oh, nothing I make is great. You know, and just pay me what you think it's worth. I'm looking at you, Matt Weldon. Or they tend to go the other way and be like, everything is peak. I have touched it and it is golden. So
You know, I'm both of those. If I create it entirely and it's just mine, I am really self-conscious and embarrassed about it because there's no social proof. Whereas if I'm working with somebody else, it's like, you know, I already know the concept is good because I wouldn't have ever taken the job to begin with.
Mm-hmm.
So here it's like it's characters that I saw the setup. It was like, OMG, I got to get involved with this. So I have a little more pride than I would otherwise.
Hell yeah.
I guess that's why when I was talking about the story that was my contributions, I went more into the 60s TV show, almost like I was trying to justify it. So I'm both of those guys.
There are two wolves inside of you, right?
Both are good. I'm joking.
They both want cocaine, so just feed them. It's okay.
See, that meme's been ruined for me by the one that says there are two wolves inside you. One is gay. The other is gay. You are gay.
Oh my goodness. All right, what's this next one here? We got this nice picture. And I'm gonna hubba here again too. hubba. Okay. So what's going on in this one?
This is
Did you just work on every story in here? Like, is this just your book and everybody else is kind of hanging on?
Kind of. I told you I wear a lot of hats, but the story setup here comes from Dylan and Brett.
Okay.
The main character. Okay, Kate Dracula is like an urban fantasy crime drama. It's basically The Wire with vampires. So
I have never watched The Wire.
Okay, see, there we go. Dylan and I have a friend who always tells us never do the X meets Y because if you meet somebody who hasn't seen it, it falls flat.
And you previously had said it's urban fantasy, so now I'm just like thinking Anita Blake, and this book must just be full of like incredibly disturbing like sex scenes or something. So
no, not like that. It's more like there's gangs and factions and infiltration, and it's a vampire girl who's in a secret agreement with the police that she can only feed on guilty criminals, and she has to like infiltrate one street gang that's of Fae because it's in the setup where the changelings and Fae from the other world do live among us, but they live hidden as like fifth class citizens, and so it's almost kind of like Gangs of New York in the modern day, but the public doesn't realize there's these factions and all.
Yeah.
And
okay.
Kind of undercover police work type stuff. Got a real like Batman Year One kind of vibe. Which Brett created the character, but her portrayal in his series is vastly different. She's the leader of the Autumn Court in the Fae world. And Brett and Dylan did an origin story about her where she's a child in Baltimore stealing blood from John Hopkins, and the Fae show up and take her to the other world. And I was like, nah, what if she gets sent back to Baltimore and is there for like a really long time, and we get like this rise to power story? And because later in the series, Kate is almost like a mentor figure to Maeve, but not in a good way. She's offering Maeve a bad choice, and Maeve will eventually choose her mother and the human world. And I was thinking, like, okay, well, if we know that she isn't evil, but is kind of offering Maeve the wrong choice based on a life of learning the wrong lessons, where did she learn all these wrong lessons? And that's where her story came from. Brett, I'm fumbling the football here. You want to jump in?
Yeah, she's Kate's a changeling, like Maeve. Different. This one is it's a Bavon Sea. It's basically a vamp. It's kind of a vampire. It's kind of a fae. The distinction gets really murky. Anytime you deal with them. She's based off a friend. Friend is a VTuber named Vamps. When she does make her debut in the comic, which is actually going to be in issue 3, she is at the point in charge of the Autumn Court, and I mean, there's kind of not real much more I can say without going into major spoiler territory.
Okay.
Because I just like using real places. This one leans heavy on Baltimore, because Brett had picked Baltimore as just kind of a generic, like a city you've heard of.
Yeah. Well, it was kind of based. It was sort of based on the fact that I knew Vamp was from Maryland.
Yeah. But it's like, well, I've been in and out of Charm City my whole life. Like, I've never lived there, but dipping in and out. So it's like, okay, I can think of exact places and things. Like in this opening panel here, that's what they call the block, which is basically the red light district. And some of those storefronts are real, but I kind of blocked the signs and stuff to like obscure it a bit.
Uh-huh.
Charm City Lounge here doesn't exist, but it's a corner building that combines 2 door frames into one of the Pussycat Club and the Red Room, which should tell you what kind of block it is.
That tells me a lot right there. It sounds like a fun place to go if you want to get your money sort of taken semi-legally.
Yeah, and right across the street is a federal building. So it's like in the daylight, it's all professionals and men in suits and all that. And then when the sun goes down, it's a different kind of professionals and a different kind of men in suits.
Yeah.
More like the purple suit.
A pimp named Slickback.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
So this story, it was originally going to be like just a drug dealer story, and my family and I had gone back to Baltimore looking for a restaurant called Icaros that my dad used to take my mom to in the 90s, and unfortunately we were a year too late. It closed in 2024, and we were at a different Greek restaurant, and I was talking about the comic to a waiter, and I was showing him, because there's this little Greek town section in Baltimore, and so I was showing him the art, and he's like, I was saying it was a Christmas horror story. And he's like, I know, it must be about the Kalakanzaris. And I'm like, the what? Because I can't even say that. Or I mean, I couldn't then. He's like, Kalakanzaris, and he starts rattling off this lore. And he's like, I get the cook. So he brings a cook out to explain this stuff to me, because I don't know Greece after Greek mythology. And they're like, it's like these gremlin demons that saw at the roots of the world tree, and the veil between their world and ours is weakest in the 12 days of Christmas. And they come and they wreak havoc and break glass and jars and windows and do all kinds of little mischief. And any baby that's born in the 12 days and not baptized before January 6th will get a curse and turn into a Kalakansaris at Christmas time. And they were telling me about the wards and stuff you put out, like you hang a pig's jaw over a doorway and you use basil and holy water. And all this stuff. And I'm like, oh my gosh, this is way better than any idea I had. You just rewrote the entire comic.
That's fascinating.
I'm just sitting there just like texting myself. Like I like my phone out and I'm just in a text message to my own phone number, writing down as much of this stuff as I can fire off.
Yeah.
The
Hitting those
clincher of
notes as
it
fast as
though,
you can.
was that the church around the corner is actually called St. Nicholas and named for that St. Nicholas.
I think kind of an interesting implication that you drew from this is that for kind of Eastern Orthodox people, Christmas time is more the spooky time of month than autumn is.
It is, and that's what I didn't even know. And most of the lore in this lean very Catholic because I don't know, I guess I just default to that with like nights and stuff. And that was literally just the random accident of going to eat there. But the stuff you get on the ground from people who don't literally believe this stuff, but are only like 1 or 2 generations removed from people who did, is more fascinating than anything you can Google.
Yeah, I'd never heard any of this stuff. This is like all new to me. I'm gonna have to go like visit the like Wikipedia page or something and get like more summary about this. That's very cool.
Yeah, the only thing I ended up using, the drug dealer plot, which this first page is from, was jettisoned. I just used it as setup for the Calacanzaras when the police trace it back to a yacht and find all of the money on the yacht. And they're like, well, what the heck's going on? You know, this money wasn't even being spent. And that's because it's actually a mischief demon who doesn't give a rat's bum about money or anything except where he can screw around with the humans.
Mm-hmm.
So I ended up only using 2 pages of my original idea. But Dylan, I think I talked to you on the phone that day. Didn't I like call you all giddy?
Yeah, oh my god, he did. Well, like he was like, oh my god, I just you know like he found the cure to cancer. It's just like
I wish. I'm not that high of a biologist.
well, yeah. Oh my god. Yeah, when he has like an idea, and like, oh my god, that's way better than I even thought. He gets so excited, and he's like, hey, can I call you? and we talk, and it's just, and we just get brainstorming from there. Mostly him brainstorming about his ideas, but I brainstorm with him too.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we make our ideas better in the talking. It ends up not being the one we started with, but we like the new one better.
Well, yeah. That's like the best part about verbal communication. It's like it's spontaneous.
That's
like
when we're not arguing over whether Texas or DC has better grocery stores.
Texas. Anyway.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I have never been to Baltimore, but I've been to Annapolis a couple of times for business.
Yeah, that's a great place too. They're nothing whatsoever alike. But did you go down to like Church Circle, the old part?
I've been down there. The first time I was down there, I drove all through all that. I didn't get out and walk around or anything.
Ah. Well, you need to. I like Annapolis too.
Yeah, if you're ever down.
Marylanders have a high level of pride. Like, I'm from that, like, I've lived in various parts around that region they call the DMV. That's DC, Maryland, and Virginia.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like 3 places, but like they're all 3 like equally home to me kind of in different ways. And Marylanders are one of those people like Texans that will not stop reminding you and putting their flag on everything and talking about Old Bay and the Baltimore Orioles.
Oh, goodness.
What about the Ravens?
Of course, yeah.
Texas has their own pledge, by the way. Like, yeah, we're hot shit. At least we think we are. But no, if you're ever in Texas, go to HEB. It's great.
They sell lemon pledge everywhere. What are you talking about?
No. Okay.
That's not unique to Texas. We all have pledge.
I'm gonna kick your ass.
Well, I've also
but
been
the Queen
to
of England
many
never
times.
visited your grocery store. Our giant food chain, the Queen of England, went to a Washington Redskins game and then afterwards went to our grocery store.
Yeah,
So-
they went to your little rinky-dink little grocery store, and yeah, because yours is like what like, well, because your town's so important, and it's just fuck off.
Wow, this is getting awful personal. I need to stop you two. Like,
That's because like you can fit 2 of our grocery stores inside theirs for their HEB. Here everything's bigger.
Better. It's
To you, it's better.
Oh, it is better. It's actually named after the founder. Okay, Neville,
Yeah.
are you muted? Or you're not muted?
Am I muted? Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I
Okay.
am
Okay.
muted.
Okay. No, that's not what I meant. Shut the.
I was
shut
gonna
up.
say,
Okay.
I feel like I walked in a domestic dispute in a Denny's.
yeah,
No. This is a normal conversation.
no. One of you is about to throw a cup of coffee at the other one. You need to separate. Separate from each
I would
other.
never throw coffee, even to put
Dylan-
out a grass fire.
Dylan, how's Texas in the middle of summer?
Oh god, not as bad as Arizona. Okay, so anyway, as I was saying, like HEB, it's actually named after the founder, Howard E. Butts. That's his real last name.
Mr. Butts.
I'm not sure this is much better than here. Everything's bigger. Like,
No, it's here. Everything's better.
I've been to Texas. I saw how big everything was.
Everything is big, especially the people.
Have you seen their Walmart?
Oh yeah. Have you ever been to a super Walmart?
You mean in Sam's Club?
Okay, I've been to Sam's Club too. But
Walmart
there is
Super Center, we have those, yeah.
Oh yeah. No. There's also a Super Target, but I think they have those in California too. We're way off track, by the way.
I know. I'm trying to separate you two so we can get back on track. But you're just like, I gotta attack grocery stores.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
It's a holy war.
Oh, boy. All right.
Well, we're kind of on theme.
Next story. Here we go. Hungry and cold.
Howdy. This is mine. So basic idea is that you have a park ranger looking for a missing hiker in Donner Pass.
Oh, what a great place.
I know. Oh, are you know about it?
Is he about to go visit the Donner Party while they're having the Donner Party?
He's about to come up on some of the after party.
Yeah, I see the blood trail in that first panel. That's not a good sign.
What do you mean? That's always a great sign. That's exactly where you should go.
Okay. All right. So, forest ranger looking for somebody, following a blood trail through snow, and it kind of looks like Wisconsin because it's just snow everywhere. That's how I feel when I'm up here.
That's fair. I mean, you would be very shocked to know that that's California.
Actually, I had a dude who used to hang out on my Discord server that was from California. He was like, "Here's the 8 feet of snow that landed last night." And I'm like, "What the hell?"
Yes.
You live in the Sierras?
I don't know where he lived, but like he was just like, "Here's a photo of like the 8 feet of snow that landed overnight on my front door." And I'm just like, "Wow."
But yeah,
Yeah,
when I was doing some research for this book, because like when I remember the list, because you seem already like you're already familiar with the Donner Party story.
I sure am.
All right, yeah. People going out west tried to take a shortcut through the salt flats of Utah. Most of their cattle died. Tried to cross the Sierras, got snowed in, and some of them did a cannibalism. Some less maliciously than others. Anyway, when I was doing research for it, I was trying to find out, okay, there was some suggestion that maybe the blizzard, at least at the time that it happened and snowed the Donner Party in, might have been a freak weather event. So I wanted to do some research, like, okay, how often does it snow that much in Donner Pass in the Sierras? Because we're trying to nail down like what year this story takes place in, because I had an idea of when I wanted it to happen, but I wanted to like get some, fucking weather data to figure out when it's going to be. And it turns out, actually, it snows this hard basically every year there. I'm like, oh, all right, so I can just pick whenever. But yeah, lots and lots of snow. And the fellow there is trying to come up, finding a lost hiker that appears to be reminiscing, reliving the past, like from 100 years or so ago.
Yeah, I see the reflection in his mirror shades there.
Oh yes, bringing his aviators.
Also, it's a really great touch in this last two sets of panels here. Here he's having a bite to eat, clearly like jerky or something.
Yep.
And, here this person is having a
Snapping
bite
into a Slim Jim.
It's a little fresher than jerky.
Just a little bit. Just a little fresher. But yeah, this story is definitely just me, like, I was listening to stuff about the Donner Party. I wanted to do a story about like something like that, like Donner Party, ghosts, and maybe sneak in a when did it go in there. See if I can do that.
Those are usually a little further north than California, but
A
we'll
little
allow it.
bit. Part of the reason I kind of wanted to do it is one thing that was mentioned a lot, and this is kind of a common taboo, but it was something that was like especially prominent with many of the Native American nations, is sort of a taboo of cannibalism that's so severe that if you knew a guy had to eat somebody else to survive, if you found him, you killed him, because you thought that he's going to bring some evil on you and some evil spirit was going to get involved.
Who can blame you at that point?
Yeah, you know what?
You become a cannibal.
Evil is involved in there. Is like, that would be understandable.
I mean, like maybe there's some cannibalism that wouldn't bother me, but even like that case of those people who were like students in from Argentina flying over the Andes Mountains in their plane crash, like they didn't kill anybody, they just ate the people that died in the plane crash. But still, it's like, I don't know that I could ever trust you people to
It's like, I don't want you to get hungry anymore.
Yeah, it's like they say about like dogs, once they bite somebody and they taste blood, they're just going to keep biting people, right? Like, at least that's what they say in my part of the country where I'm from. So it's like, it's kind of like that. It's like, once you've eaten a person, what's going to stop you from eating a person again?
Yeah, if you hire him to babysit, make sure you leave a lot of food in the fridge.
Oh my god.
Oh man. Okay, well, side topic. We're digressing.
Oh yeah.
So
no, I mean cannibalism is related. It's fine.
No, we're digressing. It's still cannibalism related. So, have you all played the Pit expansion in Fallout 3?
Yes, I have.
So, do you know when you're a cannibal what you can do at the very end of the story, right?
Yes.
Yeah, you can eat the magic baby that's going to save the world.
Man,
Man,
this magic baby.
On the subject of eating babies,
but I'm kind of peckish about now.
On the subject of eating babies, when I was at Kmart, we had to sell these we had to sell St. Jude's.
Wait. I didn't know Kmart was in that bad of a shape before they went bankrupt. Holy crap.
Yeah, when I worked at Kmart, I was in the pharmacy, and we were supposed to ring people up for like St. Jude's donations, and I'd always get in trouble for not wearing the "I'm helping babies" pin. And like, they were like, "Where's your pen?" And I'm like, "Well, nobody reads those things." "Yes, they do. Wear the pen." And I couldn't keep up with it. So I got mad. So I got another pen and cut the letters out and rearranged them and glued them back on. So it said, "I'm eating babies." And I wore that
just
for a
love
month
that you had a
and no one
follow-up to
noticed.
Speaking
I want
of
my
babies.
I want my baby back ribs, chilies.
You know, dead ass Chili's was popular there, and we had that commercial on the radio all the time. I want my baby back Chili's. I want my baby back baby back.
Get in my belly.
Oh my god. Speaking of cannibalism,
I think we had.
I just know that. Speaking of cannibals, when I worked at Kmart, and then that's like a funny shit.
I know.
The transition was funnier than the story that came.
I mean, I love that you had a follow-up to speaking of eating babies.
The point is, no one noticed.
Not everyone
I
can
knew
say
it.
that.
I knew no one read that crap. No one's looking at the cashier. Oh, what a good charity on your pin. How do I donate? They just want to get the hell out of the store. They've already been in a line long enough. We only had like one register open at a time.
Yeah.
Did anybody ask about whether you ate babies?
No, because they didn't notice it.
Fair enough.
It finally got to the point where I was like trying to make people read it, like hoping I could drop a hint or say something about the pin, and they
just go,
didn't.
"Oh, sorry, I put on the wrong pin this morning."
Right. And no, it just it never happened.
Jesus.
Lordy.
And I worked hard on that too. I actually got to the point where it's like, because I cut up another badge to make this one, and like, because it was like metal, and you had to like peel the plastic off very carefully, and then cut it with an X-Acto knife and put the letters back. And there was such craftsmanship there that I started to be angry that no one noticed my hard work.
Why won't you?
Notice me, senpai.
I'm eating babies.
But it kind of proved you right, though.
Yeah, I did.
Oh my god.
All right, so we got a story about like the Donner Party at the Donner Pass. Just out of curiosity, how do people feel about the Dyatlov Pass incident?
Dyatlov?
Yeah,
I
how do you pronounce that? I don't speak Russian.
Suka. Anyway. But yeah, all right. Which theory do you think is most likely? Are you a Catabasis guy? Are you a they set fire in the tent guy? You think aliens?
I don't know that story. Did they
Nuclear
eat anybody?
testing?
Did they eat anybody at the
No,
diet?
this one's not cannibalism related.
Nobody was
pass
eaten,
related.
sadly.
Nobody was eaten, so that's why it's diet love.
Yes, as opposed
Oh
to
my god!
So it's been a while since I've read about it.
Too
But,
complete.
there were a group of like skiers, and they're like, let's set up camp, and then they set up camp, and then like weird stuff happens a little bit. They go outside, then they're just gone. Like they just get wiped out somehow.
There's extra details that make it a little weirder. For example,
Hit
most
me.
of them left in a state of undress. One of them was only wearing I think it was either like one shoe or one sock. And most of them were in their like long underwear.
Was she hot?
They're Russian.
They could go either way. Remember Family Guy?
Fair enough.
They're either really hot or really ugly.
Yeah. Can't really comment on that anyway. But yeah, most of them were in their like long underwear. Some of them had sustained injuries that the coroners have described as consistent with a high-speed automobile accident. How exactly they did that when there weren't trees that high up for them to fall down is one of the mysteries. Some people fixated on the fact that their eyes and their tongues were removed, but most people think that's just animal predation.
One of the
As we
mysteries
know,
of all
animals
time.
like eating tongues, but not the rest of your body. Pretty normal.
Oh, yeah.
It's
Listen,
one
it's
of
the
the-
tender bits. They're the tender, wet bits that are easy to chew and swallow. Nom, 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 nom.
It's truly one of the.
Why do I keep
one of
talking
the
about eating
mysteries of
people?
all time.
Anyway, we were just talking about horrifying things that happen in passes, and this one just kind of came to mind too.
Oh,
just
yeah.
because it's just so weird. Like, I now that you mentioned the stuff about them like being basically like half naked, it's like, oh yeah, I remember that part of the story. I don't know. I kind of feel like an avalanche makes sense, but the other facts in the case don't bear that out. So who knows what the heck happened? It
Yeah.
could be a fun genesis for a weird story. Just saying, throw some
Oh.
cannibalism in for, little baby action or something.
Ooh,
I don't know.
nummy num. I mean, there's on the subject of other horrible things that happen in god awful cold places. There's also the story of the Terror in the Erebus expedition.
Yep,
That's also fun.
that is. They did a TV show about that a few years ago.
Yeah, I remember here. I need to watch that at some point because most of my exposure to it is like videos on the internet and me deciding out of morbid curiosity because they preserve the ice mummies of some of the crew, and I think they have them in it's either Cambridge or Oxford. I can't remember which, but they preserve the ice mummies of some of the crew from the Terror in the Erebus, and they look freaky as hell, man. Ice mummies freak me out, man. Like all the kinds of mummies, ice mummies are the scariest to me. Are you looking them up?
I gotta. I don't want to, but now I have to look. Meet John Torrington. All right.
Hi, John.
Oh wow, that is freaky. I can't
Yeah.
show that on stream. That'll make YouTube come after us.
Yeah.
When I think of ice mummies, I kind of think of Draugrs. Are these like two completely different things?
They're pretty different. Like ice mummies are in that. The thing about ice mummies that's freaky is that they're like just preserved well enough that they still kind of look like people, but you can tell there's clearly something wrong.
Yeah.
They kind of in that uncanny. I know it's kind of a cliche and people use it a lot, but they're genuinely in that uncanny valley
Oh,
region.
this is 100% what the uncanny valley was invented to describe.
Yeah, absolutely.
This is the thing that we're scared of deep in our souls.
Yeah, it's messed up. It's freaky.
Thank you for introducing me to something I wish I could forget.
No problem. I do that a lot.
Oh, look,
Hi,
another story we should talk about. Look at that.
My turn. Okay, here we go. All right, so for this one, it's called "Who Summoned Me."
Yeah.
It's about a group of teenage girls around like Christmas Eve, and they believe they're summoning what they believe to be a creepypasta demon. Because they're a bunch of stupid teenagers, right?
Yep,
Young teenagers. Okay, and what they end up summoning is absolutely not what from a creepypasta or anything. And everything goes to crap.
We already had an F-bomb on this stream. You can swear if you want. Like, it's okay.
Yeah. Well, anyway, I had a lot of fun thinking this up. I even came up with a name for like the fake like I can't even use the word creepypasta because that's actually copyrighted. But I just say internet form, whatever.
I mean, it says it right here. Creepypastas.
Oh well, that's used to describe it. It's not actually in the story.
Okay.
I didn't write that.
Brett, are you using copyrighted terminology in your descriptions?
We can probably
How was
just
it?
get around it by calling
I had
it
no-
creepy posting.
I had no idea until today it was copyrighted.
Neither did I. This is like,
It shouldn't be because copy pasta is older than that. I would move to call it creepy postings, one word, and the audience will know what you're saying.
Whoever I'll just say whoever copyrighted the word creepypasta is a complete douche.
Yeah. Okay. Well, anyway, so I made up my own sort of creepypasta monster, the one they're trying to summon. They call him Slender Jeff. I had a lot of fun with this one, but it goes Evil Dead pretty quickly. This is actually, we were bringing up backdoor pilots earlier. This is actually a backdoor pilot for something I'm working on myself for the Mythoverse that I'm really excited for. We haven't announced it yet, but I'm definitely excited, and I think people will be too once they see the concept art. Even the title font is like really cool looking, but that's for later. Had a lot of fun with this one. I think the art right there is just a work in progress. It'll be in full color, just like the other stories. Yeah.
Well, black, white, and red is a pretty evocative color palette.
Yeah, but no, it's gonna be in. It'll be in full color. That's just what I had ready at the time when the thing went up.
Gotcha. So Slender Jeff, huh?
Yeah, that's actually like page 5. I needed like a page that would look really good on the Kickstarter, so I started working on page 5 first. I don't usually work out of order, but it's gonna look great.
I don't think I've ever worked in order.
I'm very weird about that. Like, I work page 1, page 2, page 3. Like, okay.
Wow. Wow. Okay. Well, summoning like a creepypasta thing and then having it go horribly wrong sounds like a pretty fun story.
Well, yeah, because it obviously doesn't end up being something I will give away is that this kind of it's not necessarily a joke, but it's kind of funny. One of the girls is asking. One of the girls is asking, "How do you know this is going to work?" Of course, it's going to work. I got it off the forums.
Oh no! If any children or young adults are out there watching this, don't trust the internet. It lies. Oh,
You think
Lord.
people just go on the internet and tell lies?
It's been known to happen. This kind of thing is actually fairly fresh in like my brain. The creepypasta stuff gone wrong, just because up here, the place where I currently reside, like that's where the Slender Man murder thing happened at.
Are you
the
out in
Silent
like?
Solstice,
Sorry, I don't
yeah.
want to dox you. That's around Waukesha.
Oh, I don't know where in Wisconsin it happened. I just know like that was in Wisconsin. Like that's up here in the horrifying frozen snowscape that I live in. We get 11 months of winter a year. It's almost like being in Canada. Except
Oh
for
yeah,
real.
I don't live too far away from that, so I know how you feel.
I have your
Oh,
IP, name, and address.
Oh my god! All right, you know what? Now I want to look it up because I want to say it's Waukesha, but I need a refresher.
But yeah, it's like especially the one girl with the glasses. She is like legitimately insane. I think the other girl that was doing the stabbings, I think she was more just a tag along. Like,
it was Waukesha. You're right.
yeah, it's God, I even remembered their names, Anissa and Morgan. Yes.
I got it. It was Waukesha.
Yeah,
It's already on the screen. Like you were too slow.
That's fair. I don't know what's in the water in Waukesha, but some weird stuff happens there.
I mean, for perspective, what's Milwaukee infamous for?
Being Milwaukee.
Being the second worst looking city I've ever driven through.
How about look up one of its one of its residents used to be.
Wait, is this an Ed Gein thing?
Close.
Hmm.
He recently had a Netflix show.
Oh, son of a gun. I know which serial killer you're talking about. I just can't remember his name off the top of my head.
Is it the clown one?
No, that's Ed Gein. He's the clown one. He lived
it's Ed
actually
Gein. Okay,
upstate.
John
that's
Wayne
my bad.
Gacy?
Fuck. Where's the other one?
No, you're talking about the guy who like got those the gay guys, right? And he like drilled holes in their head and stuff.
Jeffrey Dahmer?
Jeffrey Dahmer.
Oh, the guy Tumblr people think is hot. Now I remember.
Yeah.
I know Ed Gein recently got a Netflix thing. Yeah, apparently, like the actor, like completely made up what Ed Gein like sounded like in his mannerisms. Like he completely made it up, and people were like, hey.
I thought it was ridiculous when Twitter was getting mad about the Netflix show. They were like about Jeffrey Dahmer. It's like, well, why did you make him gay? Like, yeah,
What are you talking about? He's a real person.
yeah, exactly. But they were like, well, you could have left that out. Why did you? Oh,
It's kind of hard to leave out. That was his MO.
I mean, that's why he was preying on the people he did. Like,
This doesn't.
oh God! I have a terrible joke about Jeffrey Dahmer.
Oh,
If
boy.
you are what you eat, then Jeffrey Dahmer's an innocent man.
I've seen that.
Ooh, I'm sure
But-
that happened a couple times.
I need to disavow you officially. I am now disavowing you and your joke.
Yeah, this is something I happen to know because I saw Red Letter Media's review of the Dahmer series. Apparently, there are actual Dahmer tours that still happen in Milwaukee to this day.
Oh, what the hell?
Oh, of course there are. Why wouldn't there be?
Like, there is a whole cottage of industry of people who travel to Milwaukee just to look at all the places Jeffrey Dahmer frequented.
What else are you going to go to Milwaukee for? The Brewers? I mean, I joke, but I went to Milwaukee for an anime con once.
I went to Milwaukee to see Bill Shatner one time. He was like hosting a screening of Wrath of Khan.
Oh, damn. All right. There are good reasons to go to Milwaukee.
Well, weren't the Brewers almost in the World Series this year? I thought they were doing well.
Were.
Oh, I'm rooting for the Dodgers now though because I hate the Toronto Blue Jays.
You know what? That's fair.
Did you see that game last night? It went to 3:00 in the morning, 18 innings.
Yeah, I heard about that. Holy shit.
That's how long it was. Somebody at work cracked a joke about that earlier.
Yeah.
I didn't have the context because I'm
a hardcore. I
baseball.
sat up through it. I'm a major baseball guy.
Listen, bro, Otani's bringing the anime energy. They even turned the World Series into a Dragon Ball Z arc.
They have. That's really what it feels like. I got it on right now. Unfortunately, Toronto's leading 2-1 in the 7th, but hopefully they can turn it around. I don't know. It's just I'm not used to being live. Usually when we do our Mythoverse streams, we pre-record them and I specify for the audience, what happened, but this is a live.
I don't know.
Totally live. All right, we got another story here. Convergence. I recognize this line art.
Yeah, that's Leandro from Adobe Kroger. We got him back.
So tell me about this one. Like I see a thunderous team up. I like thunder and I like team ups, so we're already off to a good start.
That's exactly what it is. It's where all the plot points from the other stories literally converge. And Ide has broken out of the Fey world and she's got nothing left but revenge. And Maeve, her human counterpart, is just her last target. And the characters from the other stories are like, oh, hell no. And that's pretty much it. It's a big action beat to wrap it up. I don't want to spoil it. I want to talk about what happens in that, but...
Okay, I got to ask a question here. I'm just looking at the first row of panels, right? I got to ask a question here. Who decided to make the sound effect crack-a-thum? Because whoever you are, I don't have my camera. Hold, I can turn my camera on real quick, and you can see my thumb. Hold on. Boom! There we go. Thumbs up. I approve of crack-a-thum.
Hell yeah.
Um,
Big Thor energy.
That was me, but I was mimicking Dan's style from Adobe Kroger, which he did the lettering for, because Dan Sakharov was a phenomenal letterer, and I think he did the last couple issues of Rags and some other stuff. He's like one of those really quiet talents who does some. He's worked for AP and he's a programmer and stuff. He's like one of those super smart guys, but like he's not out Stan Lee in himself, if you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
And I was mimicking his because I had gotten the same artist back, and Dan, by the way, is going to be voiceovering a trailer for us. We're running a little behind on getting this stuff ready, so that'll be for the end of the campaign, but we're going to have a trailer for this Kickstarter too. But yeah, Krakathum was just me trying to mimic Adobe Kroger.
That's awesome. So I'm going to tell you, like, this tickles that part of my brain. Do you all remember Marvel Comics, like 15-ish years ago? They did the Chaos King like event that nobody seems to remember except for me. No?
I've heard of it.
Honestly, no, because after one more day, I pretty much dropped Marvel like a fish tank.
Okay.
Oh, same here.
So I don't really read a whole lot of Marvel, but this event, like, I read it and I loved so much about it. But in the mainline books, there's a bit where Thor is fighting like the Chaos King, because he's like the last. Well, he's one of the last like 5 gods that are left alive at all. Period. At this point, because the Chaos King has eaten all the other ones and he absorbed their powers. But forget all that. He's like battling, right? And so he's got his hammer up here, and there's it's just captioned in the most hilarious ways. So he calls them the lightning strike, right? And it's not Krakathum. It's take the vowels out of it. It's weather stripping is the sound effect. And I just cracked up so hard that it's stuck in my memory. Hercules body slams the Chaos King, and instead of body slam, the sound effect is captioned Gotti slam. Like, the whole thing is just hilarious to read. Whoever came up with the sound effect lettering for that book was awesome. So fun sound effects really tickle my fancy because, one, it's evocative. You know, it's not just like, here's a sound. Like, you could just been like, boom, right? That would have been a perfectly fine sound effect for a thunderbolt. Boom. But instead you chose Krakathum. And now it's like, oh man, that is so much cooler than a mere boom. It's evocative. It sounds like this is like the most terrific thunderbolt you've ever heard of in your life. Like, it just pops. I love that kind of stuff. I eat it up. Like, imagine the world's largest spoon, right? And I'm using it to eat the world's largest paella. All right. That's what's going on here.
I love that Krakathum sounds like it's a dude's name.
Yes.
Krakathum.
I mean, that could be like some crazy lightning themed superhero's name. I'm Krakathum, you know? Also kind of sounds like a Conan villain too.
Oh yeah.
Awesome. So the story ends on an action high note. And then we got like some, epilogue. Man, nobody likes an epilogue because you've already hit the climax. Who cares about the anticlimax, right? But you got to have it anyway.
Okay, I'm in charge of this one. This actually, this is sort of, I'm stuttering. I'm sorry. This is like an addition to Two Christmases. This takes place during Two Christmases, sort of, because Two Christmases is set during various phases in Maeve and Ide's life, and this is during one of them. This is like after a scene where Maeve has like a massive sort of panic attack, and so here, like, you know, her dad comes and picks her up. It was like at like a Christmas dance, and she like had a complete panic attack, and fainted, and you know he came to pick her up, and it's like this really like awkward sort of thing where he doesn't really know how to connect with her because they have a rather, you know, like they're rather strained. Like he's trying his best, but because Two Christmases, it sort of presents like one side it's sort of a one-sided argument from May's perspective, and we sort of see a thing from her father's perspective, or the father of what's actually supposed to be Ide's father, but but it's a really cool sort of twist on things when you actually read it. Without going into spoilers, I know Two Christmases was already a thing, but this is a whole different audience, and yeah, no artwork for it just yet. I'm working on that. I'm working on pages right now just so they can be previews on here. So there will be artwork shown on here soon of epilogue and afterwards. Yeah.
I'm glad you took my bait, because I was intentionally kind of a jerk about the epilogue, and you just jumped right on it, and that was great. I provoked that response out of you. It was fantastic.
Well, I don't want to spoil too much, but Convergence also ends on the twist that the villain of this piece was who believes she's like a herald for a dark god that's being gradually built up in the background. They find out she's not even the herald at all. She was just an incubator to charge up the artifact, and that everything that's happened here was just like the small potatoes.
Man, you've definitely spoiled way too much there.
Opening volley in something else. But yes, I have in a way. But at the same time,
you should have been like, I don't want to spoil too much, but, and they just hit mute, and now we're all left wondering.
Here's the thing, though. I do want people to like actually buy it and start reading it. They need to. Sometimes you can sit on your spoilers so badly that no one even starts reading it. You're like, oh wow, I've got so many twists here, and when they get to this, and then they never do.
I got an example. Psycho. The whole movie was spoiled. People went and saw it anyway.
True.
Yes. Yeah, it was like what was Alfred Hitchcock? Yeah, he was like walking through like the basement motel, and he was telling you a recount, like point for point, like what happens, and he tells you exactly what goes on. But that's sort of built on like the look. I'm not saying any of us are like Alfred Hitchcock, but it's like I'm sort of bringing a rationale to it, I think.
Yeah, well, I mean, you're on the right track. His bomb under the table.
People will get mad about spoilers. Well, at least if they're like really invested in something. But we're kind of coming in. Where people don't really have like an idea of what we're going for. So if you kind of tell them like, if you give them like just enough, it's like, oh, okay, I'll go give it a look, because it's like he told you a lot, but it's not the whole thing.
What I want the audience to walk away from right now, like in the stream, is to know that yes, this volume absolutely has closure, but there's a lot more to do with the universe if the audience sticks with us. But this is not going to be like to be continued. No, this volume will start and finish and be a complete story, but it will end on the note that there's that there's more coming.
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't want them to think that they're buying half a story. They are not, but I don't want them to think that that we don't have any plans or anything coming. We've been all plotting this stuff out for about 2019, 6 years.
Yep. That original Burst the Mythoverse books were all campaigned before COVID.
They were. That's kind of going to be our sort of brand identity. There have been standalone campaigns. The issue 2s of every series was done individually, but it seems like our best success has always been when it was an anthology, 3 comics at the same time, Hallowed Harvest, now this. That's where we were talking about moving forward, doing a double feature model where it's like the original campaign where it's like 2 floppies of a different series at a time, because that's kind of, I don't know, that's just kind of what the Mythoverse is, because it's in the name. Myth, like, a bunch of cavemen sitting around a fire talking about their gods and, telling their stories, and that fragmentary aspect of it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, 4-1, Toronto leading. I just looked at the TV and wish I hadn't.
Now that's a bummer. I would much rather the Dodgers win, but
Try being a Mariners fan. They only get as far as the first round.
Well, the Orioles had a 17-year drought after Cal Ripken Jr. left, but I was loyal.
I just thank God that I'm not a Cowboys fan, even though I live in Texas.
I mean, as I'm a Washington Redskins Commanders fan, like, because I have to be, that'd be even worse than our grocery store feud if you glaze the Cowboys.
No.
I don't have to glaze the Mariners or the Seahawks. I got the Kraken.
all right, that's enough sports ball. Brett, walk me through the tiers over here.
So start off, we have Silent Solstice Digital, which is just a PDF, and that's
The tiers are my tiers for having to draw this shit.
I think we missed a couple stories, or at least a
We
story or
did,
two.
but they're not on the thing here. We don't need to talk about them now.
Yeah, so
Oh, yeah,
it's
fair
just a PDF of the anthology. That's it.
And I think I remember seeing like somewhere the anthology is like 100-something pages.
Yep.
That's pretty big. That's a lot of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's basically a trade, like a graphic novel.
Well, I mean, trade paperbacks can be awful slim sometimes too. I'm pretty sure I got a couple that are like 60 pages. But yeah, no, this is like a nice solid volume. It's a good length. And the best part, it's not like my goddamn Jack Kirby Fifth World Omnibus where I could kill somebody if I hit them with it very easily. So,
Oh, my man. I love those.
dude, that thing is so thick you can't even read the comics when you open it up. There's too much curvature
Oh
on the
my-
pages.
God, you mean the like a all-in-one volume?
Yes. You've
Oh,
never seen
no,
this?
I have the 4 individual ones.
You've never
you
seen
know
this thing before.
I'm Googling it now.
It's
on my bookshelf.
on a scale of 1 to an encyclopedia.
It's an encyclopedia. Let me grab it real quick. Take me just a second.
It's not nearly as big, but I have the entire omnibus for Walt Simonson's Thor run. It's actually the artist edition, where it's literally like the pencils and inks, and it is so cool.
Jesus, that thing almost pulled my arm out of my socket when I picked it up.
So you could use it for weight training then.
You absolutely could. Let me. Boop, there we go. Steal the screen. I get all this junk off of my desk.
Oh wow!
Well, this is where I do my comic book videos. This is from last Wednesday night. But this thing, oh,
Heavens to Betsy.
it is gigantic. It's so
heard-
thick, I can barely like get
Show the
this
spine.
under here to show you the stuff. Like, it's too huge. I'll have to take the
Wow.
camera off real quick. Hold on. There we go. Look at this son of a gun.
That is that's an encyclopedia.
Yeah, this thing is huge.
That's somebody's textbook.
It's bigger than most of the textbooks I had in college.
How do you even read it that size?
You can't. Like, you crack this thing open, and the pages just have an insane amount of curvature to them. So it's kind of annoying to read. If there's
So
stuff
you-
down in the center, like, you can't see it.
Basically, you just have it to say you have it.
Yeah, pretty
Yeah.
much. But it's a really nice volume, despite the fact that it's unreadable. Like, it just is a gorgeous thing to flip through. I don't think I could ever sit down and read this thing, because if I had it in my lap, the 2,000 pages or so of it would just kind of cut off my blood circulation and I would die.
It's just a good collector's item.
Yep. It's a very cool book. So anyway, we're not talking a book like this, but we're talking like a decently sized trade for what you got on sale here. let me get back to the tiers. So we got digital, then digital catch-up. What all is in that?
Oh, that's a PDF of Silent Solstice plus back issues of the four or pillar titles, which is Changeling, Adobe Kroger, Mythics, and Triple Crown.
I will never stop being amused that Triple Crown is like a key title.
Oh yeah, it's got a short in this.
Yeah, I saw it. It was right before the epilogue in the listing. I just didn't talk about it.
Oh, my bad.
If Dan had been here, I would have like made sure to bring that up. But
Yeah, it's well, it amazingly it became well, at least as far as global comics goes, it was our most popular title. Like it's got
heck yeah, racing manga. Who's not gonna like it?
it's
Hell yeah.
I guess it's a pretty untapped market.
I mean, your competition is like what? Initial D?
Speed Racer.
Yeah.
Deja vu.
Pole position.
Plus back issues. So this is like the complete, like
It's just back issues. So like what we've
Cool.
got so far.
cool. Well, that's a really good price for that tier.
Yep.
There's some really good stuff here, man. Because I like Adobe Kroger. That was a hoot. Changeling is really fun and kind of sweet. Mythics is, man, I don't know how to describe it other than I like it because it's got that whole, man, I'm going to say urban fantasy, and I don't mean it the way like Anita Blake does it, okay? But, you know, it's got that whole like investigative magic stuff, and I dig that. And Triple Crown is also really cool. So that's like a great tier right there. Like that seems like a really good value. You get all this new stuff, and you get that old good stuff if you don't already got it.
Mhm.
Then we get to a soft cover here.
Yeah. Yeah. Physical
So-
cop.
Like how are we talking? Like, is this like normal, like trade paperback size soft cover? Or is it like, you know, because, you know, I know some creators out there, and I'm not naming names, Brian Ball, are doing like manga sized editions of their stuff too, which
Oh,
that format works
thanks.
really well.
I think it's a standard comic size.
Okay. That's legit. Like, that's what I expected. I just thought I would ask, just in case you're like, oh no, that's actually the pocket size edition, so you can take the Mythoverse with you everywhere you go. You know, like, okay. So very cool.
You have a little Sasha in your pocket, you know.
Yeah. Is there a cover for this thing on the page somewhere?
Not yet.
Not yet. Okay. All right. I was just
The
scrolling.
header image is the title from the cover, but it's going to have a different. That's the top of the cover, the title, but then the bottom picture is going to be different.
Mhm.
I just stuck that picture of Kate Dracula on there because when I uploaded her black and whites on Twitter, it got like 72 likes in a day. So I'm like,
Dude. Scantily clad woman. It's the way to market.
yeah.
Why do you think Rags was so successful at first? It was advertised with a woman in a bikini. Done. So will the hardcover have the same cover image as the soft cover?
I believe so. Yeah.
Okay. Cool deal.
I know it says soft cover, but I want the cameo tier to get a hard cover. I'll foot the difference myself to make sure they get a hard cover.
Ah, down here. Okay.
I want
We
the
hadn't
cameo
gotten that
tier
far.
taken
You
care of
jumped
properly.
ahead. You shouldn't jump ahead like that, man. You're throwing off the
flow.
rhythm here. You know,
Sorry.
it's okay. It's okay. You know, we're just doing whatever. We're just having fun. You know, do whatever you like. Just don't get me banned. And then gift from the Mythoverse. Okay, soft cover copy of Silent Solstice plus your choice of a Christmas card, a poster, or a sticker. Yeah, I saw that in the main body of the text too, because it was like a layout for the poster or something down there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. My sister actually backed at this tier. She wants the card.
Cool. Hey, I will never pronounce that name. That's the guy that has that web comic about like the Blood Mage, right? Jacob
Yeah. Grachik, yeah.
Grachik?
Yeah. Grachik.
I like that comic. I haven't read it in like a year. I like sit down and I binge it once in a while, and it's always.
Did you know he recently worked on a video game?
I had no idea. It's weird. I follow him on Twitter, but I never see his updates. What good is Twitter?
Probably because Jacob has a life.
What?
Wow. Calling me
How
out
am I
there,
supposed to
Brett.
respond to that? I upload regularly. Damn it.
Wow.
Jesus, Brett, you didn't have to fucking kill him.
I'm
He's already dead.
I'm as terminally online as Dylan is.
Yeah, I feel like I should just leave the stream now. Like nothing we do is gonna like top that diss to everybody else you just delivered.
The shot heard around the world.
Holy moly.
It's
Yeah.
Famous
But yeah, the card is going to be designed by Changeling's artist Victor Campen and his wife.
Mm-hmm.
Posters being done by Dylan and Jacob, and Nebbles handling the sticker, which he just started showing a rough for today.
So how big is the sticker?
5x5.
5x5? That's a pretty big sticker.
Yeah.
I would make a sticker gate reference here, but we're not gonna do that. We're just gonna keep moving on.
No.
Silent Solstice cameo. Get a copy, but with the added bonus that you'll appear in the pages of it. Oh, so like you're like a background character in some panel somewhere. That's always a fun thing.
Yeah, like you are like a character you have,
Or you're getting eaten. No, I'm kidding.
Somewhere in Rags, I'm in there, but there's so many people with beards in that book. I don't know which one's supposed to be me.
Oh no!
I'm sure I'm one of the people getting killed by a zombie or something, just because of my very good relationship with Brian Ball.
Obviously.
Oh goodness. Okay. Well, those are some pretty solid tiers, and I saw you all have already done pretty well.
Yep.
That's not bad.
Less than 24 hours, we got funded.
Really? Does it say that somewhere?
Because
a lot of
first
times-
update, it was in the first update.
Ha! Oh, look at that. Cool deal.
Oh, I've never seen the updates. Okay, cool. So,
Usually the only time I look at updates for a project is when I'm like mad at the creator because they haven't delivered my project to me and I want to make a video about it.
Eliza Barr actually made a video on my updates as an example of how you should be doing it.
I saw that. I
Yeah,
did.
for Changeling 2, right?
Yep. Because I kept obsessively updating every week.
If every creator would do that, crowdfunding would be a much better place. Like, it is not hard to just drop it in a line and just say, hey, we're working on this. Here's the little bit of progress we've made, and just let people know where you're at. Like, it's fantastic when creators do that because it helps me. And by me, I don't just mean me, but like your backers know what's up. So like a great example aside from you is also Brian Polito, because he will obsessively send you updates. Usually he'll also send you updates obsessively for like a year after the campaign's over, telling you about his 4 other campaigns he's run in the meantime. But all through the progress of the campaign, like, here's an update, here's an update, here's an update. Now, his are all like hype cycle updates. They don't really have a lot of content to them. So yours are better in that regard because you do have a lot of content in your updates. But like, that helps build a sense of this campaign is progressing, this project is moving forward, as opposed to some campaigns, which I won't name any, but Handyman by Brad Anderson, where he just popped smoke and disappeared and took all of our money.
Or what was that other guy? What was that other guy you've shat on before? Had two chicks that.
Oh, the Nina and Ariel campaign. I don't know what's up with that because that book was done. He fulfilled the Kickstarter on it. Like, I have the Kickstarter version, and all he did was he added like 4 pages to it, and somehow like 6 years later, it's not, the Indiegogo's not fulfilled. Yeah, Brian Ball messages me about that annually on Twitter or Discord. He's just like, hey, Lizbar, this is your reminder that And so he makes me feel bad about it. Which, to be fair, is the same thing I do to Tyler Carpenter because he's the one who wrote Handyman. So I periodically message him like, "Hey, you should tell Brad Anderson."
Using the phrase Brad Anderson like a slur.
Yes. That's essentially like what that name's become. I drive past there's a road up here that's Anderson Road or Anderson Drive or something, and I think of him every time I see it.
Mr. And you cannot watch The Matrix, can you?
I have not watched The Matrix in a decade, so it's probably a good thing because I would just start cracking up.
Mr. Anderson, where the hell is the book?
There's the book, Mr. Anderson.
Which that book is another funny story because when I was talking with Mr. Carpenter, I guess like maybe 2 years ago now, he's like, the book was 99% done. I don't know why he never shipped it. It's like, what the heck?
It's been
just
6
just send me a scan. Just send me a scan of the art that's done. I will shut up about you because you'll have delivered something.
It's been 6 years, Mr. Anderson.
Oh gosh. Oh man.
I'm just saying, just grab a bunch of screen caps with Agent Smith. The jokes write themselves.
Yeah, I hadn't really thought of that, but you know what? Next time I'm making a video pooping on Handyman, I might just do that.
I need to rewatch The Matrix. I was like 12 years old when I saw that. I need to. I want to see it again now after watching all the John Wick movies.
You know what? I haven't watched The Matrix since I saw the first John Wick movie. That might be an interesting experience just to kind of contextualize it.
Yeah, and Lawrence Fishburne is in John Wick too. So like,
yeah,
it's got John and the Bowery King.
Did you guys watch that John Wick documentary they did, Wick is Pain?
You mean Neo and Morpheus?
Oh. Yes, Brett. But I was calling them by their John Wick names.
Oh, what about something about what King Elizabeth?
So they did a documentary on the John Wick movies called Wick is Pain.
Wow.
And it was a very interesting thing because there's one stuntman who I don't know how he survived the stunt because it went wrong. It's the Keanu Reeves falling off of the building stunt from the end of the third one. Let's just say the stuntman basically landed in a way that should have broken his neck, and yet it didn't, and they had to do the take again. It's a really great documentary. You should check it out. It came out earlier this year. I want to say like in the spring.
That's incredible. I mean, kind of seeing like how. I guess it was kind of I remember being kind of shocked that Wick even got a sequel in the first place, much less that they've managed to build a whole franchise out of it. Because it's just like, especially let's be honest, the trailer for the first movie did not do it justice.
I don't think I've even seen the trailer for the first one. In fact, I didn't even know the first one existed until, oh my God. Your boy Zach was talking about it one time, and I was like, that sounds like an interesting movie. And that was my introduction to John Wick.
I'll just say this.
I remember that video. He was talking about the John Wick comics, and they weren't exactly that great.
And they were tie-in comics. What were you expecting?
Well, I would expect a little bit more from, it's John Wick,
Dude, whatever you do, don't read the Berserker comics that have Keanu Reeves' name as a writer on them. Just don't read them.
I own them physically.
It can't be that bad.
I own them physically.
So do I. I got the floppies.
Eliza Barr, I subjected all three of these guys to the Ultimate Warrior comic. It cannot be that bad.
That is still on my to-read list. I have been digging out of my pile of shame this year. I spent like a year not reading anything I bought, and now I'm trying to catch up. So that's still on the to-do list. But come on, how bad could that be? I've read some really bad comics.
Oh my Ultimate God. Warrior? if I had to describe it with only 2 words, it would be nigh incomprehensible.
That sounds great to me, though. Okay? So when I walk in to my comic shop, which is a Graham Crackers Comics, you get 3 free books out of Graham Crackers Comics on a Wednesday. You just get to pick stuff out of the dollar bin, whether you buy anything or not. My shop man, he knows I like the weirdest, hottest garbage that he can find, and so he will sometimes just set books aside for me to take. He's like, yeah, nobody else is ever going to want to read this crap. And then I bring it here and I do a comic book review and I'm like, this is amazing. This is the worst book I've ever read. I love it.
All right, Ultimate Warrior might be for you then.
Oh my god! Like it was a lot of fun just roasting it. Oh man,
It is an experience.
We did a whole live stream doing it, or not live stream. It was recorded, I think.
No, it was a live stream.
Oh yeah, it was a live. Yes, it was a live stream. I remember. Yes.
And we did indeed load the spaceship with the rocket fuel.
Okay, I have just opened the first issue here that I think Brett's the one that sent it to me.
Yes,
I'm now
I
scrolling
did.
through it.
I told
And
him, yes.
It's amazing. This is amazing. It's completely incomprehensible. I don't even need the text. Nothing about this makes sense. I love it. Dude, to like the
That's
ghost
exactly
of his dad
the
or something?
impression.
What the heck?
Okay, wait till you get to the end of one of his comics where he basically says, I'm looking for an artist and I'm going to hire you for dirt cheap.
Dude, like, puts an ad out at the end of his book. Because he lost his artist.
Are this like ninja monks he's battling all of a sudden out in
I don't know. Nobody knows. I don't even think he knows.
I'm gonna have to read
Well,
this.
new, he's dead. Warrior's dead now.
That's what they want
I'm
you to
sure.
think.
I'm sure his corpse isn't sure either.
Like they just want you to think he's dead. Don't believe it, okay?
That's
Him and Macho Man, they faked their death so that they could go do other things.
Warrior didn't die. He just went home.
To destroy city.
I can only promise to take you there. However, your return I cannot guarantee. What a last page! Is this the back cover of the book? What the?
Oh my god! They have like the comic has like its own terminology. Like instead of saying like, "Oh, I'm like roboting really bad," or echo. Neville, mute.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so it like has like its own sort of terminology where instead of like, "Oh, it's time to get focused," he says it's time to get folked. Like what the fuck?
Losing my folk.
I'm folking it. I'm folking it.
Oh man!
I have a feeling he's gonna
There's a 900 number in here. Hold on. Call 1-900-288-WARR. Was this $2.95 a minute? I wonder if this number still works.
I think that was that might have been the number to his. That might have been the number to Warrior University. That was that was a real place.
He's ever yeah, it's down here. Other contenders: Warrior Wear, Warrior University, Warrior Gym, also available. Other stuff, and he's got a workout tape advertised here. He set the still unchallenged standard for intensity in the world of professional wrestling. Now watch as he power slams the comic book industry with a take no prisoners attitude in storytelling and artwork. Woo!
He has destroyed the audience's comprehension.
Okay, I should have like seriously flipped through this before. Like I just had like flipped open the cover and I was like, okay, this looks like it might be interesting. And then I didn't look at it past that. Now I've looked at it. And even though I don't usually review books in PDF format that are, not something I actually own, I think I might make an exception for this one.
Yeah, trust me, you do not want to. You don't. It's not going to be worth it because like this comic's been out of print for decades, and even if you do find it,
most of the stuff I talk about in my comic book channel or like on those videos has been out of print. Like half of it's like the stuff I've just bought, and the other half is like, so check out this crappy comic from 1983. No one's heard of it except for me.
I'm just saying, you can probably still find find issues on eBay, but do you want to pay for them?
Oh, look, man, I got like 3 comic book shops in town. I'm sure I can scrounge up a Warrior #1. Holy bleep, dude! A signed one from that's got Warrior's signature on it. It's $400 on eBay right now. It's only a 9.2.
I mean, if it's got his signature on it, it's probably that's got some value.
Yeah, but he's so far out, like falling out of favor. That kind of blows my mind.
That might mostly be the scarcity and the ease of Warriors
and him being dead.
Yeah, fair.
Like how much? Like how many artists' crap becomes valuable after they die?
You mean like Van Gogh? Nobody cared about him while he was still alive.
Yeah.
As soon as he kicks the bucket, Guernica is the #1 painting of all time.
Nobody cared who I was until I ate my paint.
Or cut off your ear, but that was a really great paint.
Yeah, or like shit. You know, I guarantee like if you get like I guarantee like one of Kurt Cobain's guitars is worth a fortune, or maybe Hendrix's.
They're both probably worth a fortune. Wow, dude wants $10 for his Warrior comic.
I mean,
no wonder it's in
not
immaculate
400
shape.
Oh,
this looks like it's never even been touched by human hands before.
$10 and it's
comics are
$10 and it's still in mint condition mostly.
Yeah, I don't see any dog ears or anything in the photos he took. Oh no, I take it back. There's one tiny little like dog ear in the bottom corner on the back cover, and that's it. That's
Slenderman. Slenderman was reading it. He cursed the book.
Probably. All right, guys, we have been talking for a little over 2 hours, much to my surprise.
Yeah.
We should probably wrap up. You have been great to have on here. I hope you get lots of success with your comic campaign here, and I'm going to go. Not that I'm pressuring anybody in my audience. XLG. Oh, wait, he's Canadian. He can't buy American products anymore. Never mind.
Oh no.
But, you know, not that I'm pressuring anybody to go purchase things, but I'm probably going to go back the book tonight before I forget to. Because I have this bad habit. If I don't back stuff when I first look at it, I forget until the last day when I get an email reminder from Kickstarter being like, you should go back this thing that you hit the like button on.
Thank you.
Which I miss out on like those first day goodies all the time because of that. So but it's okay. I have no room in my home. If you saw this place, you just be like, oh my God, what's wrong with you? How do you live like this? So, you know,
is it bad enough that you'd wind up on one of those hoarder reality shows?
No, it's not that bad. In fact, I just got done organizing a lot of this stuff so I could work through the pile of shame, because the pile of shame is actually 4 separate piles. On
the piles of shame.
Like they're 2-foot tall piles of comic books. There's one there.
Those are not piles. Those are pillars.
It's a stack. And I got a short box full of books right there I need to read. So I got like 400 comic books, 500 comic books right here that I got to go through. It's just stuff I've acquired over like the last year. Because when you get a free book every time, or 3 free books every time you go into the store just for walking in, that's 150 books. That's a short box over the course of a year. It's no wonder I've run out of space. I got to get rid of some of this stuff. Hey, are you guys interested in X-Man comics from the 90s?
X-Man?
Singular? Yeah, singular. Nate Gray, the X-Man. See, there's one right here. I just got this one. Oh gosh.
Never heard of
no, I got a lot of stuff like this that it's like I'm going to read it one time and then I have no interest in actually owning it. So I got to get rid of a bunch of this junk. And then there's stuff I'm shamefully collecting because I can get it for free, like on a regular basis, like the Malibu comics. Like I've got like half of them now, half of the complete Malibu collection. Don't ask me why. It's just free, so why not?
You'll have the whole Malibu library.
I know.
can
Which
open a
actually,
museum or something.
that did like I'm reading some of those. That I really like Nightman, which is I think kind of funny because he's probably like the goofiest character that they have too.
Is he the enemy of Dayman?
No, he's a jazz musician with superpowers. So randomly he'll just be like, I'm playing a saxophone solo at a bar, and suddenly I realize there's a werewolf hunting people in the city.
Anthony
would
Cumia
read
must hate
All
him.
right, you know what? That's pretty cool, actually.
Yeah,
Figured-
I love it. It's so schlocky. He actually had a TV show in the 90s too.
Oh damn! So he does like jazz.
Indeed. All right, gentlemen, I'm going to end it now because if I don't, we're going to keep talking. So you have a
Yep.
great evening, and I'm sure we will all run into each other again soon enough.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah,
Yep.
and Brett,
Yep,
thank
thanks
you
for
for
having us.
hooking me on Twitter. I appreciate it.
No problem.
Take care.
Y'all have a good night.
Wait.
See ya.
Jesus, this book is so thick, my thumb is in the camera. Freaking Anthology. All right, where's the stop button? I'm hitting it.